Hello, everybody. Welcome to class. Thank you for joining. And thank you all for continuing to do your reviews, post videos, and the assignments. I've been enjoying going through them and grading and reading them all. So thank you all for putting some effort into that. So for today's class, we're going to be going through the same sequence that we learned on Tuesday. We're only going to go through it a couple times, one on each side, and then we're going to move into some yin practice today. So the majority of today's class is going to be mainly restorative, relaxing, taking it nice and slow today. We'll get back to the yin and a variation of different flows next week on Thursday. Tuesday, we have an assignment, so keep an eye out for that. On Tuesday, we will not have a video class, we will have an assignment. All right, so with that, we're also going to be learning another pranayama, alternate nostril breathing. So that's what we're going to start off our class with, kind of get a little bit grounded and relaxed, and then we're going to move into our asana, our flow practice. So let's go ahead and find a nice comfortable seat on your mat, maybe adding in some cushions underneath your hips. It feels like it's a little hard to sit upright. You could also add a little bit support underneath the legs. Whatever is easiest for you. You can have legs out towards the side. You just want to get nice and comfortable for a few minutes. And allow your shoulders to relax. Allow your face to relax. Just take a couple breaths here. Get yourself nice and grounded. Kind of release the day, release the week. Just about 30 minutes of being nice and present with the body. To begin our alternate nostril breathing, we're going to have our hands like this over our nose. So we're going to be opening and closing the nostrils. So you're going to start with our right finger. Go ahead and put that over your right nostril, right thumb, right nostril. We're going to close it. And we're going to inhale through the opposite nose. We're going to hold both nostrils, pause for a second, and then breathe out the opposite nostril. After that full exhalation, we're going to breathe back in through that nostril, hold again, and out through the other side. That's a full rotation. So we're just switching sides. So make sure when you inhale through a side, you're coming here, you pause, exhale. Once you finish that exhale, you're inhaling through the same side. You can do this for a count of 4 or 3, whatever's most comfortable for you. I'll help guide you through it as well. Alternate nostril breathing is good for anxiousness, for relaxation, kind of just to calm the body. Even been shown to work good if you have trouble going to sleep. Doing a couple minutes of alternate nostril breathing will help kind of relax the body. So try it out. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and start right thumb over right nostril. Inhale for the count of 4. Cover both nostrils, pause. Release that right nostril, exhale. Inhale through the right nostril for 4. Close both nostrils, pause. Exhale through the left side. Inhale through that left side. Pause. And exhale. And release. A couple natural breaths here. We're going to try that one more time. Again, right thumb over right nostril. Inhale. Pause, both nostrils covered. Exhale, right nostril. Inhale, right nostril. Pause. Exhale, left nostril. Inhale, left nostril. Pause. Exhale, right nostril. And release. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. Just to inhale, pause, exhale, inhale, pause, exhale. Same thing back and forth. So I'm going to go ahead and do it a couple times, at least twice through. So this is a moment for you to try it at home, just practicing it. It's okay if you kind of get thrown off on the count. Just get back to it and try it again. So go ahead. I'm going to give you some time to practice. Go ahead and start. Good. Hopefully you had time to get through a couple rounds there. And hopefully you notice a little bit of relaxation, calmness in the body. Alternate nostril breathing, or really any breathing technique that's done for a couple of minutes will help lower the blood pressure, lower the heart rate, and just overall calm the body. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started. We're going to get started again, as I said, with a bit of the flowing. So we're going to kind of zoom through the first portion of our class, the joint movements. So we're kind of just going to go right through it pretty quickly. If you feel like you need more, again, please do this a little bit longer at home. So we're going to, of course, go through the hands, go through the wrists, and start to open up the chest here about 10 times. Yeah, but always taking more time at home if you need it. Reverse the direction of the chest. Or maybe you can even incorporate this into your morning routine. It takes less than 5 minutes and it really wakes up the body. Open and close here. Arms straight forward. Open and close. And release. Left hand on, or right hand on the side of the body. Excuse me. You reach the left hand up and over the top. Keeping the left hip down, it may want to pop up. Keep it down towards your mat. Inhale, lift. Other side. Inhale, lift. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, last time. Inhale, both arms up. Take a twist. Just a gentle twist. Then we're going to move it through it pretty quickly. Inhale, back to center. Other side, left hand behind the back. One more each side. Reach it up. Twist, right hand back. Last one. Inhale, reach it up and switch. Good. Inhale, bring it back to center. Check your spine. Make sure we're sitting nice and upright still. Again, if you need to, you can put something underneath the glutes, or you can move the sit bones out of the way to make more space. Shrug those shoulders, roll them back about 10 times. And forward. Getting into, and relax the shoulders, getting into our neck a bit here. Just make those circles as big or as small as you like, but take it slow here. We do about 10. And just reverse the direction, nice and slow. Good. On your next one, let's go to meet and center. Look over your right shoulder, stretch it out a bit on the left-hand side of your body, or it's left-hand side of your neck. Inhale, center, look over your left side, stretch the right side out. Right here, you should feel it. One more time each side, bring it to center. And over the right. Bring it to center. And over the left. Good. Inhale back to center. We're going to go ahead and get started. A little reminder to put on your relaxing music if you haven't. I always suggest that. It really does help the environment. So go ahead and get your music on, get your blocks. We will need a strap today. We're definitely going to use that at the end of practice. So if you don't have a strap nearby, go ahead and grab one. Again, you can use a towel, a shirt, any item of clothing other than a sock. A sock won't work. So any item of clothing will work. And with that, let's go ahead and get started in our tabletop position. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Go ahead and move through a couple cat-cows here. Just feeling into your body, checking in with the spine today. Long, deep breaths. Just getting some movement into the body here. Good. Now we're going to reach our right arm up towards the sky and thread the needle. Bring it underneath the left. We're not going to stay there. Just reach and inhale. Bring it back up. Do that one more time. Reach it underneath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop it down. Switch sides. Left arm up. Reach. Thread the needle underneath the right. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, reach. Inhale up and drop it back down. Good. Tuck the toes under, making sure that our hands are nice and wide here, nice and strong. The weight isn't crashing into the wrist, right? We're distributing it all along all 10 fingers. Tuck the toes under, lift those knees up off the ground to hover. Notice your shoulders, see if you're caving in. Push the ground away here, hold there a couple breaths. A lot of core work here, good job. Inhale, exhale, first downward facing dog of the day. You can pedal out the legs here if it feels a little tight. Breathe. Good. We're going to take a walk. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Meeting in this forward fold here. Just allowing the body to hang. Maybe bend the knees if that feels best today. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Straighten out that spine. Exhale, release. Again, inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, release. Ragdoll your way up, starting at the base of the spine, rolling it up to the top. We're all going to meet at the top in this mountain pose. And then inhale, bring those arms up overhead, big reach. Exhale, drop it down. We're going to go ahead and start our sun salutation flow. Step your right leg back, low lunge. Your bottom knee can be dropped if needed. Hang out here a couple breaths. Everybody lift up on that back knee so we're going to reach up, inhale, and drop your back heel. We're finding our warrior one, the one we learned on Tuesday. So right toes 45-degree angle, little bend in this front knee. Arms are reached up here. Nice and strong warriors. Now open up, warrior two. Our body is faced towards the right side of our mat. Right toes are towards the right at a 90-degree. Sink it to that front knee. Arms are nice and strong. A couple more breaths here in this warrior. And windmill it down as we come high up on our back toes, right? You want to lift the back on the back toes and then drop the hands down. Hold here. We're going to step our left leg back to meet the right. Plank pose, strong planks, and slowly drop it all the way down onto the belly. Let's start with a baby cobra. Inhale, baby cobra. Just a little bit here. Bring up that chest. Keep the hips on the ground. Exhale, release. Come up into a tabletop. Tuck your toes, downward dog. Since we started with that right foot goes up again. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Look between your hands. Step it through. We're going to set up for that low lunge on the other side here. We're high up on our back toes. Okay, again, you can drop the back knee if you need to, but you're going to need to lift it back up very shortly after as we reach up into the sky and drop that back foot down. 45-degree angle with that back foot. Front toes forward. Inhale, lift. Warrior one. Little bend in that front knee. Exhale, open up. Warrior two. Arms are straight out towards the side, almost about a 90-degree angle with that front knee, and left toes are out towards the left. Sink into our warrior twos. Nice and strong. Before we windmill it down, come high up on your back toes, twist the hips, drop the hands, step it back, plank pose. Breathe. Slowly drop it down. Inhale, lift. Upward dog or baby cobra or seal. Just wherever you're at, we don't want our shoulders up towards our ears here. Draw them down and back. Make space. Exhale, release. Take it back. Find a child's pose. Breathe here for at least 5 breaths. Knees can be wider if you need. Find somewhere where it's comfortable for you. And now take it forward. Very good. So again, we did the flow we just learned on Tuesday. We're going to repeat it again, starting with our left foot. So we're going to still go through warrior on the both sides, but we're going to start with the left foot. And that'll be this only time we're going to do the second flow today. We're going to only be doing, and after that, we're gonna go in and go into our yin practice. We're all gonna be on the mat, a lot more restorative, a lot more relaxing. So let's go to meet at the top of our mat. Meeting in mountain pose. Hands on the side of the body, relax the shoulders. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhale, reach those arms up overhead. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, release, starting with the left side. Step your left leg back. We're in this lunge position, dropping the knee if you need to. Couple breaths. And then all meeting in this lunge position as we sweep our arms up and drop our back heel. So 45-degree angle with our back toes, left toes forward. Arms are up in the sky, holding that ball of energy. Feeling nice and strong. Inhale, exhale, open up. Warrior two. Left toes and left foot is now parallel to the back of the mat. Right toes forward, sink. Couple more breaths. Inhale, lift up your warrior. Pivot and twist high up on your back toes. Drop the hands down. Good. Step it back, plank pose. Inhale, exhale, slowly release. Find your upward dog, cobra, or seal, whatever feels best for you. Exhale, release. Coming onto your knees or moving straight through a plank. Downward dog. Good. We're going to go ahead and put the left toes in the sky since we started on the left side. Exhale, knee to nose. Look between your hands. Step that left foot through. Low lunge, nice and strong. You should feel your legs kind of active here. Not kind of, very active here. Inhale, bring those arms up overhead. Exhale, drop that back heel down. About a 45-degree angle, arms are up. Inhale. Exhale, open up. Warrior two towards the right. Right toes are parallel to the back of your mat. Left toes forward. See if your feet are in alignment. Left heel should be in line with that back foot. Breathe here. And inhale, bring it up. We're gonna windmill it down, high up on your back toes. Good, step it back. We're gonna move through one more, down, upward dog. All the way on the belly, upward dog, cobra or seal. Exhale, release, and back. Find your child pose, 5 breaths. Inhale forward, and come on up. So great job. That's kind of all we're going to be doing for the flow practice today. Hopefully that built a little bit of heat in the body for you. Got some energy moving. We're going to move into our yin practice. I'm going to adjust the camera here. Again, make sure you have your strap close by if you don't already. So we're going to start with pigeon pose. So the easiest way to get into pigeon pose is coming from a tabletop. Say we're starting on our right side. You bring your right knee to touch your wrist and bring it over the top of that left leg. From there, lift up on your back toes and make space here. So here's our pigeon pose or sleeping swan, whatever you'd like to call it. Another way to get into this posture is through downward facing dog. Remember I said downward facing dog is going to be a very transitional posture. So you move through many postures in downward dog. So go ahead and shoot your right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, bring that knee to your elbow, drop it down, and move it over towards the side. See how we set up a little bit nicer in that we have more space, but either way works, okay? So whatever works for you today, whatever feels good for you today, that's what you should do. So find however you would like to get into your pigeon pose. So I'll go ahead and get into it through the tabletop. So right knee, right wrist, move that foot over towards the left. High up on your back leg and make some space. So from here, you want to check your alignment. You want to see if your hips are both forward. If you had strings on your hips, would they be pulling forward or would one be shooting off to the side? Make sure they're both shooting forward. If you have really tight hips, a block, a book, a cushion, a towel rolled up, any of those can be a very beneficial tool. By putting that underneath, whatever side is really high up in the air, just giving you that little bit of extra space there so that you can really relax into the posture. As you do it over time, you could eventually move the block away, move your support away, but it's very beneficial in the beginning so you can actually relax in the posture, which is very important. So with that, I'm going to start the time. So go ahead and get into that posture of choice. We're going to be in here for 90 seconds. So this is a chance to use some of that breath work that we've worked on, maybe meditate, maybe focus on a word, a phrase, something that you're trying to manifest into your life, focusing on a color. All these things are really beneficial. Even focusing on the muscle that you feel it in. So say if you're feeling it in your hips and your groin or your glutes, send your breath there. Feel it relaxing, feel it releasing. All right, so go ahead and get comfy. Another thing you could do with a block or a box or a book is bring it underneath your head for a little bit more support. Good job, everybody. We're already more than halfway there. If you can come all the way down if that feels good for you. Got about 30 seconds. Long, deep breath. Last 10 seconds here. Very good. Let's go ahead and come up onto the hands on an inhale. And the easiest way, or you could also fall out onto your right hip to get out of there. That's probably the easiest way. And then whip your left leg around. So you can fall onto your right hip, whip it around. Another way is to plant your hands, tuck your toes, and shoot that right leg up into the sky. And that feels pretty good, especially after it's been in that pigeon for a while. It feels really nice. Go ahead and walk it out, move it around wherever you're at. Then we're going to get into the other side. This time I'm going to get into it through downward facing dog. So weight into my right foot, I stick that left leg into the sky. I bring it all the way up to my left elbow, drop it down on the mat, move that foot over towards the right, and then drop that back leg down. And here I am in pigeon pose. I'm checking my hips, making sure they're forward. Getting nice and comfy so that I can inhale and exhale, get relaxed into the posture. So go ahead and tell me there, find a good spot, and time has started for 90 seconds. Many say that a lot of emotion and stress is stored in our hips. So this is a great one for releasing a lot of built up tension in the hips. So use that breath again to try to release everything you can in the next just over a minute here. Long, deep breaths. It's about 30 seconds. So staying with that breath, noticing if your mind wandered a bit, just bring it on back. Last 10 seconds here. Good. Go ahead and bring yourself up on your next inhale, rolling onto the hip or tucking the back toes under and shooting that left leg into the sky, wiggling it out, rolling it out, walking it out. Good, and release. Nice, so that was pigeon or sleeping swan. Next up, we're gonna use our strap. So go ahead and grab your strap, your towel, or your t-shirt, whatever you're using. Find a comfortable seat. So you can have your legs how mine are here, one in front of the other, one foot in front of the other. You can have them cross-legged. You can have your legs out towards the side, right in front of you or out towards the side. Really whatever feels best for you. And go ahead and bring your strap in your right hand. Hold it here. And then with our strap up in the sky here, bend that elbow. You're going to inhale left arm and reach it around to grab the strap. So top arm has the strap. There we go. Top arm has the strap, bottom arm has the strap, and then we begin to work our fingers closer to each other. So mine aren't touching. I have a lot of tightness in my back. I'm on a computer throughout the day. I have a lot of tightness in the shoulders from lifting weights. So yeah, I can't necessarily clasp my fingers, but maybe you can. And that's what this posture is working on, is opening up through the chest, kind of reversing that posture we get from leaning forward all day long. So we're gonna hang out here for at least a minute. Long, deep breaths. Maybe you start to feel the blood moving around in the arms there. Just breathe. About 30 more seconds here. And you're gonna notice that one side may even be different than the other. One might have a little bit more tightness. About 15 more seconds. Stay with that breath. Good, last 5. Good, and gently release, however is easiest for you. Give yourself some time for the blood to circulate back into the arms, into the extremities, and then we'll do the other side. Switch sides. Your left arm now has a strap. Reach it up over the head, bend through the elbow. Your elbow should be up into the sky. Reach the right arm behind the back, grab a hold. Maybe we're here today, maybe we're not even close, that's great. My left side is quite a bit tighter than my right. So I'm not very far at all. I'm pretty far away here. So just breathe wherever you're at. And just being grateful for where your body's at today, working where you're at. Being thankful for what all the body does for us, constantly working for us. But sending gratitude here, just breathe. About 30 more seconds. Last 15 seconds here, long deep breaths. Keeping that spine nice and upright. And inhale, exhale, however is easiest for you to get out of that. Shake it out, let the blood circulate back into those extremities. Maybe roll out your shoulders, shake out the hands. So up next, we have a toe stretch. So this is a good one, especially if you have tennis shoes all day long and your feet are kind of always tightened up in shoes. Just be mindful if you have any toe injuries or any broken toes. Don't force yourself in this one. Just go to where it feels good. If it doesn't feel good, feel free to skip it. We're not going to be here too long, just over a minute. So we're going to go ahead and start in a tabletop. Tuck your toes behind you. Make sure our toes are nice and wide as we can. Tuck them behind you. They should be about hip width. All right, from there, just start to sit back. So this alone might already feel good for you. This may be your edge. You may want to hang out here for today. Notice if your toes are kind of crunching together or kind of not enough space. You can actually lift them up and move them out. Lift them up and spread them out. Kind of get them all to stretch out. Like I said, if you're in tennis shoes all day like me, your toes are used to being kind of tightened together. So just work to where you're at, pushing your hips back, putting a little bit more pressure, and coming out of it whenever you need, okay? So work back into it, breathe, stretch out the toes, and come back out of it as much as you need. If you really want to intensify, you actually can come on, sit your chest up, coming back onto your heels. Notice if your toes need a little more space again, stretch them out, and only stay here as long as it feels good for you. This is a very intense posture, a very intense toe stretch. So only stay in as long as it feels good for you. Once you're done, come out of it, hands back on the ground, point your toes behind you, and pat your feet on the mat. Pat them out, pat them out, pat them out. Good. We'll try that one more time. I'm just going to give my toes and your toes a little bit of time to rest. And then we're almost done. We're going to go ahead and relax after this, taking a few minutes for Shavasana, and that'll be it for the class. Again, we do not have class on Tuesday. We have an assignment, so be sure to check that. And then again, I'll see you on Thursday. So here we go. Get back into it. Stretch those toes. Find wherever feels good for you. Spread them out if you need to. Breathe. We'll only be here about 10 seconds. 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and 1. Come forward, hands down, point the toes, pat it out. Good. And that is it for today. I hope you all enjoyed class. I always appreciate the feedback. If there's ever any questions or anything at all, please feel free to leave them in the class review. I'm always happy to answer them. So let's go ahead and find our way onto our back. Let's just take a couple rolls with our knees first, bringing our knees into our chest and taking some big circle rolls, just massaging the back. And reverse. Good. Let's go ahead and bring our feet into the sky and gently and slowly bring that right leg all the way down to the mat, to the ground. And same thing, nice and slow and controlled. Drop that left foot down. Reach the arms up, stretch up. Exhale. Bring that right arm down. Inhale. Exhale. Bring that left arm down. Finding ourselves in our final Shavasana. Giving ourselves just a minute or two of nothing to do before we make it out there in the world again on our day. Just take these few minutes to relax. Just use these moments to yourself. If thoughts creep into the mind, that's okay. Just bring it back to the breath. Bring it back to the sensations you feel in your body. Maybe you feel air moving around your fingertips or your toes. Maybe you feel the sun shining into your window. Maybe you hear different noises. Just focusing on breathing here, nothing else to do. Notice yourself getting heavier into your mat. With each exhale you take, noticing your body soften and relax. Notice your face. Allow it to relax. The space in between your eyebrows, your jaw, your cheeks. Let's all take one long deep inhale and exhale here. Breathing in for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 2. So then wiggle the fingers and wiggle the toes. And rolling onto your side here to help yourself up to a seated position. And thank you all for joining. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day, a great weekend. Assignment on Tuesday, and I will add it into the assignment for today, the review for today. But I want to know how many of you have a foam roller, a lacrosse ball, or a tennis ball. I want to utilize them before our semester's over. We only have about 3 classes left, 3 to 4 classes left, I believe. So I do want you guys to show you guys some stuff that you can do with a foam roller, a lacrosse ball, or a tennis ball. So I will ask that in the review. All right, well, I'll see you guys all next Thursday. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.